In a graveyard, two gravediggers are digging Ophelia's grave. To keep their minds busy while they work, they discuss the possibility that her death may have been a suicide. And they joke around and stuff.
Well, the coroner hath set on her, and finds a Christian burial. How can that be, unless she drowned herself in her own defense? Why, 'tis found so.
Hamlet and Horatio appear in the distance and approach the gravediggers. Hamlet watches in wonder as the two gravediggers dig up skull after skull to make room for the new grave. Hamlet then asks whose grave he digs, and the gravedigger responds cleverly,
"One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead."
Hamlet picks up the skull, and the gravedigger tells him that the skull belonged to Yorick, the old King Hamlet's jester. Hamlet whispers to Horatio that as a child, he knew and loved Yorick very much. Hamlet is appalled by the sight of the skull and realizes that eventually, all that is left of a person is dust. Suddenly, Ophelia's funeral procession arrives at the graveyard, and Hamlet recognizes Claudius, Gertrude, Laertes, and many more familiar faces. He and Horatio hide so that they are not seen by the court. Hamlet is confused and again wonders who it was that died until the procession gets nearer and he recognizes Ophelia's body being lowered into the earth. The funeral begins and Hamlet bursts into the ceremony declaring nobody loved Ophelia more than he did.
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not, with all their quality of love, make up my sum. I would eat a crocodile for her, or be buried alive with her. I would climb a mountain, anything for my sweet Ophelia. What would you do for her? Oh, Laertes, forgive him. He is mad.
Hamlet finally tells Horatio about what happened during his trip to England and that he plotted to overcome Claudius' scheme to have him murdered there. Hamlet replaced the letter carried by Rosencrantz and Guildenstern with one calling for the immediate executions of the bearers. Hamlet does not feel sorry for being responsible for Rosencrantz and Guildenstern's deaths.
Their feet does, by the intonation, grow.
But Hamlet does feel conflicted over Laertes.
But I really feel bad, Horatio, about losing control of myself with Laertes. His situation is very much like my own. I'll be nice to him. It was just that shortness of his grief sent me into fury.
Osric, a foolish Danish man, interrupts Horatio and Hamlet's conversation to tell them that Claudius wants Hamlet to fence with Laertes.
The king has placed a wager that Hamlet will win.
Hamlet, against Horatio's wishes, agrees to the fight.
Horatio, all's ill here about my heart. One must be ready for death at a moment's notice, since it will come no matter what one does.
Hamlet goes to the hall for the match and asks Laertes for forgiveness, claiming that it was madness and not Hamlet's own will that killed Polonius. Laertes neither accepts nor denies this, and they choose their swords and begin to fight. The king pours a drink for Hamlet's good luck, and they all drink in cheers.
To Hamlet! Hamlet, this pearl necklace is thine for luck. Here's to thy health. Now drink. I'll play this bout first. Set it by a while. And then they had an epic battle.
The queen corroses to thine fortune, Hamlet.
Gertrude, no, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me. The drink! Hamlet! The dream!
Hamlet and Laertes begin to fight again. Laertes scores a hit against Hamlet and draws blood. Both drop their swords and Hamlet picks up Laertes in a mix-up, then wounds Laertes with a poisoned blade. Gertrude and Laertes both collapse to the floor.
I am killed with my own treachery. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet.
Laertes had informed Hamlet that Claudius was behind all of the poison, and as Hamlet is dying, he grabs the poisoned drink and forces Claudius to drink it. As Hamlet approaches death, he tells Horatio not to commit suicide in light of all the tragedies, but to stay alive to tell the story.
But let it be, Horatio. I am dead.
Now cracks the noble heart. Good night, my sweet prince.
Let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be.
For me, with sorrow, I embrace my fortune. I have some rights of memory in this kingdom, which now, to claim my vantage, doth invite me.